Ladies and gentlemen, episode 13 of Shoe Booty Sports. We're here.
Oh,
Graham,
yeah.
host, me, Bradley,
Me.
co-host. All
Me
right, episode
again.
13, 1-3. Coming at you Tuesday night, January 18th, a little after 9 p.m. Central Time. But a lot went on over the weekend. First of all, Shoe Booty Sports is presented by Rhino Races. Rhino Races is a virtual race series that you can do anytime, anywhere. Sign up for your race online. Visit rhinoraces.com for details. And you can also find us on Shoe Booty Sports, that is, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts. And also check out our YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. And you can also find us on Twitter at Shoe Booty Sports, all lowercase, I believe. But
I'll agree.
yeah, I believe. But we tweet stuff, but yeah, the handful and all. But anyway, playoff recap from the NFL this weekend. A lot went on. Not to pat myself on the back, but I'm gonna 6 for 6. 6 for 6 on.
Yeah, you gonna work in the applause button? All right.
I couldn't find
It's
it.
about
Yeah,
time.
I couldn't find it, but 6 for 6 on my NFL picks from the weekend. One more time.
How much money did you make?
Thank you.
No.
I won $0, but I don't know. I can't think of anything clever to say that I won, but I think if we might come
You
back
want all
to
that
it.
experience.
I was right. So that was the cool thing about it.
If they keep up these wild card games, everybody's gonna have to make note of in their calendar to load up on this round next year, because they were some pretty bad games.
Yeah, and pretty predictable. I mean, 6 for 6. It wasn't that hard. If you paid any attention to the way the season went, you could see San Francisco, what they were doing toward the end of the season. You could see Dallas reeling. You could see Arizona reeling even worse, especially without D-Hop. And, the Rams, I mean, they've got a lot of talent on that side of the ball, or, well, both sides of the ball.
Yeah, as they say, on all sides.
Offensive and defense. But I can't say who impressed, like who was disappointed, who disappointed this weekend. It was all relatively predictable to me. The Bucks came out and just punched Philly in the throat, not even the mouth, just punched them in the throat. Philly got it together with the game out of hand and made the score look better than it was.
Yeah, but I think Bucks have already, taken their foot off the pedal a little bit, because the fourth quarter the defense kind of slowed down a little bit and let them score.
Yeah, they had. I was kind of wondering why Arians had a lot of them out there still.
Yeah,
kind
for sure.
of toward the end of the game. But then again, you could say, well, who was it going to put in there? Everybody's hurt. Everybody's on IR or whatever. So, but I got home late, so I turned on the Monday Night Football game, and it was 21-0 when I turned it on. So, and it wasn't that late into the game either.
No.
So I wasn't surprised.
So you missed Kyler's hook shot from the end zone.
I missed
for
it.
A pick six.
I missed it live, but I saw the replay. That was pretty bad. Like a lot of the highlights for me just from that game were the Manning brothers. The game was already kind of, you felt pretty good about it. Was 28-0, I think, when I switched over to them. I was like, okay, this game is, I got to find another way to be interested. But they were pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, the game had so much going on that The Rock ran out of shit to talk about with the Manning brothers, and he ended early. Like, that's how much, dead air that they had.
Yeah.
And then the challenge of the challenge. That was crazy.
Yeah, speaking of that 4-letter word, did you catch the soundbite of Peyton?
Yeah. he couldn't hear it, could he? Yeah.
Yeah. what did Eli say? Like, Peyton, talk about this. You
Yeah,
can't
break
hear
down that
shit
last touchdown pass. Can't hear shit.
in your shit. that was that was pretty. And then Eli said, "All right, never mind," or whatever he said. I liked Eli's response. I think almost as funny as that as Peyton doing that. But
Mm,
nothing. Yeah, nothing surprised me. The 49ers tried to get Dallas back into the game.
Oh,
That'll
they
obviously be that was the big story to me from a relatively predictable weekend. Just what do you think of that play call at the end of the game? With Dak, running down the middle of the field and giving himself up, and then trying to get the spike, clock it.
uh if it would have worked, everybody would have loved it, and it should have worked. But Dak, in his haste, for some reason gave it to his center instead of trying to find an ump to give it to. Like, pretty sure if he would have just found the umpire, gave the ball to him, they could have got it spiked with at least 1 second left, if not 3. But
Well, according to him, that's how they practice it. So if that's the
yeah, but
case, it's got to fall on the coaching staff, fall on McCarthy. But yeah,
that's
because
how that's how they practice it, is to run up and give it to your center.
that's what Dak said in the post game press conference.
Yeah,
And you even heard Romo during the game say, "No, you got to give it to the ref. You got to give it to the ref." And
yeah, I think Dak
didn't.
had a brain fart.
Well, and that's the thing, and it's Dak Prescott running, and then there's a guy twice Dak's age trying to catch up to it, and then he's having to go through the lineman, and the center uh, gave themselves an extra yard, so the ref has to put it back in the right spot. It would have been a good play call had it worked, but
Had it worked, but
it
I'm not
didn't
calling
work.
that play.
No, I don't.
I'm not calling that play.
Yeah, because there's no way you can get up to the line and set, and then have the ref spot it and then clock it. There's just no way that could happen. But it was a mess, and I didn't like the Dallas fans throwing trash after the game.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
like the players and coaches' excuses after the game as far as blaming the officials, and it's like that's on you. I mean that's
Yeah.
on you. I didn't like the way Dak handled it in the press conference or in the locker room after. I'm sure that that's some comment he'll want to have back. When they because he initially said the fans don't need to be doing that because he thought the trash was directed at them, and then when he heard it was directed at the ref, said, "Oh, you know, that's fine then," or
Good on
something like
them.
that. Yeah, good on them or something. But yeah, that's not something you need to say. So something to joke about with your buddies, but still, you can't put that on the officiating. That's on the Cowboys. I don't like the way that they handled it. And if you're crying in the bleachers, if you're crying in the
4
stands
minutes
because
left.
your team lost, you need some new priorities, like some better ones. Don't do not like have your day or life determined by how a sports team that you like does. That's not good. That's not good for you,
It's not healthy. Yeah.
especially if it's Dallas. It's one thing if it's Alabama, even though this year you would have been disappointed. You won't be most of the time. Yeah, if you are going to do that, at least get a team that's not Dallas. Get one that wins all the time.
Yeah. So
So
I
go
felt really
go that
bad for
route.
those combination of Cowboys and Razorbacks fans.
Yeah,
It's a dangerous time, man.
yeah.
I have
That's
to call some of my Cowboys buddies and make sure they're okay some weeks.
yeah. It's goofy though when you see people like in tears, like grown people in tears
Oh,
in the bleachers and over how the sports team has done. I love sports just as much as the
now,
next guy, but my day is not going to be ruined or won or lost. I mean,
I'll give them the
I'll
benefit of the
celebrate.
doubt that they've had, a couple of too many adult beverages that may contribute to that emotional.
Still, I mean, yeah, I don't know, man. I
Yeah,
can't.
still, I wouldn't be crying. Yeah, I might. Yeah, might cuss and yeah, that might.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
That's fine.
like gripe about it, but don't break your TV or end up in
Oh,
tears or something over it. That's
man.
goofy. It's not okay. But I heard today, like Stephen Jones, I believe it was, said McCarthy is, they want him to come back, which I don't know. I think Dallas. I mean, they're talented. They've got talent on the offensive side of the ball and defensive side. I don't know though that I don't know that they necessarily underachieved. I mean, do you think that? I
That they underachieved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they were at least win a playoff game this season, but
I
I,
think that because
I don't know. They
it's
won
not the offensive line that they were.
they won a few more games than I thought they would, but
I don't know. They looked really good early. Like they looked really good early. That first game of the year against Tampa, I mean, Dak was just flinging it all over the field, and then they just went on a roll after that. So if you look at that team, I would say they underachieved. But if you saw how they were at the end of the year, how just disorganized and disrupted they looked on offense. It I expected that. I expected now Dak, you're making a lot of money to just put up 17 points on the board. So I can understand why a lot of people think they definitely underachieved. But yeah, I don't know, man. Hang on, just as we were saying, Dak's getting a lot of money to have put up just 17 points, Dak and company. Now, what are they going to do with Zeke? Like, does he have another year on his contract or so? Do you
I
bring
think
him
so.
back, especially for? But I mean, then again, do you go to Tony Pollard? I mean, I like Pollard as a complimentary back. I don't know. I don't like him as a feature back.
No,
But see that to me, just the line's not as good as they were 4 years ago. You still got Zach Martin, who's about as good as anybody at his position. You still got some dudes up front, some straight up men up front that can do some damage and move the ball for you. But I don't know.
they need to just get some guys who don't commit penalties because, dear God, that's killed them all freaking season.
That's another thing. Like, do you blame the officials for all the the penalties that you had? You know, um,
They tied a season high, right? 14 penalties in a game.
it's a lot.
Yeah,
That
in a
was the trend
playoff
with
game.
that was the trend
I
with a lot of
mean,
losing teams yesterday. But as far as Kellen Moore goes and Dan Quinn, looks like Dan Quinn will be off to Denver based on all the reports that are going around right now. He's their number one choice, and I think they're his number one choice if you believe the stories going on out there, which could very well be true. Kellen Moore was a hot name, coaching candidate. He'll get some interviews.
think he's ready for a head coaching gig.
I mean, if Cliff Kingsbury was ready for a head coaching gig, then
True. Yeah.
Kellen Moore might be too.
Well, was Cliff ready? Look at how he's finished the last couple of seasons. Well,
That's a
hell,
trend with his
more
teams,
than
though. They
yeah,
don't.
more than the past couple of seasons. It's
I mean, going back to Texas Tech, they just
terrible.
they don't finish. They don't finish well,
I think
and
the best
for
one I
whatever
seen was
reason,
like or lost 5 of 6, so they won in the stretch. So it
yeah,
was bad.
sounds about right. But like if you just have Mike McCarthy, like coming back next year for Dallas, you lose. I don't know that you'll lose Kellen Moore, but you're going to lose Dan Quinn, and that defense looked really good at times, especially with Diggs and Chandler Parsons, and I mean they got some studs on that side of the ball. They've had some good drafts. They've drafted. I mean they've had some really good players come out of the draft, but that's going to be a big hit for them losing Quinn. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it sounds like McCarthy's safe. So,
Oh
but
man, if they stay with Garrett for that long, McCarthy's safe. I mean,
yeah, that's
shit.
true.
Let's be real about it.
Yeah, Chan Gailey too. They hung on to him quite a bit
I forgot about
a while.
that guy.
Yeah, it's been a minute. But okay, now the Rams and Cards last night. Um, nothing surprised me in that game. Stafford got his first playoff win.
It surprised me how terrible the Cardinals looked.
They looked bad.
They looked
but
bad.
they've not looked. They didn't look that bad toward the end of the year, but they've not looked good.
No.
At the in these last few games. But I don't know that Cliff Kingsbury is a head. I think he's a better coordinator than a head coach. But we'll see. We'll see how long he lasts in Arizona. But that
He's got another season.
yeah, I mean, they still finished with 10 wins or whatever it was, 10, 11 wins. So some good things to look back on. But yeah, it's a rough ending of the season. But that Buda Baker hit, excuse me, that cough snuck up hard or quick. There's no reaching the cough button for that. That had no chance. But that Buda Baker hit, he appears to be, according to like him and just the small, the reports coming out, he's doing okay. But that hit looked rough.
Yeah, for him to immediately go limp, that was pretty rough to watch.
That
But
was
yeah,
bad.
he said that he never lost feelings feeling in his hands or feet, so or arms or legs, however you want to put that. But so that was good because I didn't see him move any of his limbs. I thought that was one of the trainers that moved his leg. Like, oh crap!
It looked bad. Yeah, it looked bad when it happened, but sounds like he's doing okay. So
Yeah,
good for him. Wish
yeah,
nothing
good
but
for
the
him.
best for him. And yeah, just wishing the best moving forward. But were there any surprises from the weekend as far as the NFL playoffs go?
No,
Nothing sticks out. It was relatively predictable.
all
Like
went as planned. Yeah.
I'm still gonna give myself a shout out for going 6 for 6 on the picks. Thank you.
I just
But
keeps on going.
it was still relatively predictable. Yeah, and they're all in like rhythm. Like it's the same like thing too. Like it's like they practiced it or something. But so this is Big Ben's last game, right? Or Sunday was, correct?
For the
He's never really
Steelers.
come out and said that's the thing. He's never come out and said that he's retired.
Yeah, he's got to be retired though. I mean, where is he gonna go?
Yeah, I don't. I mean, there are plenty of teams that need a quarterback, but I don't know that it's him. I don't think he was the problem in Pittsburgh, but
No.
I don't know that he's going to be the solution somewhere else either. Like those good teams that are like a quarterback away. Yeah, they I don't know that they want a 38-year-old quarterback. Now, what if Big Ben went to like the Browns?
I don't think that would happen. He couldn't. He couldn't
Yeah.
do it. I mean, it wouldn't happen.
If you already know, I mean, it could hypothetically. You already know you're going to move on from Baker.
Yeah.
You know, you can go ahead and cut ties and just bring Ben in for a year as a rental, and because this draft class coming up isn't any good. So I mean, it's not loaded. It's not a
Not for
loaded quarterback
quarterbacks. Yeah.
class. But so yeah, you just bring him in for a year as a rental. So because they've got talent on that team. And
Can they protect him though?
yeah, that's the thing.
That's the thing. Baker got beat the hell
beat
up.
up all
I
year.
mean, Baker's in a body cast by like week 8. Like,
Yeah, if Ben was Baker's age, it could have it could work, but he's not. So ifs and buts. Yeah, if this were 10 years ago, yeah, it would work,
mm-hmm.
but it's not. So it was a hell of a career. So good for Ben, but
What do you go? 2 Super Bowls and
won two,
one
went to
ring?
three,
Oh, he won 2.
and won two. The last one was in 2011, I believe. Yeah, 2011 when it's 10 or 11, I can't remember. But it was Aaron Rodgers, Super Bowl win where
Yeah.
where they didn't even need a running back. He just threw it every play and just threw darts every play.
Mm.
So, but it was a heck of a career. So I don't feel sorry for the guy. He's doing okay, and he's going to do okay. So
Yeah.
good for him. But so predictable, not a boring weekend in sports, but predictable. So nothing of shock value. It was just other than the end of the Cowboys game. But considering the way Mike McCarthy teams
And
handled
yeah,
the clock, that's not that surprising either.
we'll say NFL. Nothing shocking happened. There were some
Yeah,
shocking, upsets in basketball, but that's later.
that's later. So we will take this time to give our sponsor some love, Rhino Races. So we'll once again show the buckle races that Rhino Races have. Visit rhinoraces.com for details on these. This right here on our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen, that you see. Yeah, it's so shiny that you can't really see on the video. This is the Rhino Ultra. You have 10 weeks to do 10 half marathons, and you can do it whenever upon before you sign up, and you have 10 weeks upon signing up to run 10 half marathons. The clock starts as soon as your registration is confirmed. So exactly 10 weeks upon registration is when the clock starts for you to complete your races. And if you do, and after proof of verification, they send you this beautiful buckle. So the Rhino Ultra buckle, visit rhinoraces.com for more details on that race series or for that race. And this is you do all 5 races and you get this bad boy. The Rhino Races Hall of Fame gold buckle. It is a beauty. Again, visit rhinoraces.com. Check out how you can get yours. It's it's beautiful, but it's not easy to get. So run all 5 Rhino races. You get that bad boy. Track each run, submit your results, get your award. And one more thing, this just came out. All top 15 finishers. There's a top 15 section on the Rhino Races website. You can get your name, time next to it, and all that. All you have to do is just get a top 15 time, and your name, photo, time, all that is placed on the top 15 section on the Rhino Races website. And they'll also send you this custom coin just as a token of your accomplishment. So, and just like all the Rhino Races awards, it's a thickie. So check it out. Very cool. Not exactly lightweight for a coin. So pretty cool stuff from Rhino Races. Again, visit rhinoraces.com for details and register today. It's always open. So sign up, run your race anytime, anywhere, track your results, submit them, get your award by mail. It's that easy. So we'll go back to getting back to the sports. We'll jump to pro hoops now because we are into the season, but we're about to get really into the season because football is kind of winding down. So what are some of the big upsets you're talking about, Brad?
College basketball. I was just going. Yeah, I was
What
gonna say.
happened? I didn't even pay attention really to college hoops this weekend, other than
Well, then the
Arkansas
top. I
beating
mean,
LSU.
yeah, Arkansas beat LSU, and then the top 3 teams lost. Auburn won, and somehow didn't get it ranked number 1. So
They've only lost one game, haven't they?
I think so.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I've not really paid attention to college hoops much.
Yeah, that's all I had,
weeks.
man. That's.
But I did see that Arkansas beat LSU. So
Yeah, that was a fun game to watch. It was different. I mean, but bunch of turnovers.
So you saw the whole thing from the start.
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't it an early game? Like
Early
11 o'clock,
afternoon.
1 maybe.
No, yeah, I think it was a 1 o'clock game.
Yeah, I was out cold. Yeah, Friday night was when I caught up on sleep. It was a long week last week. So yeah, I used that time to catch up on sleep. But yeah, so basically you're the source for college basketball news.
Oh man, then we are screwed.
Yeah, but that's more than I contributed. So we will move on to pro hoops now. The big news, Kevin Durant, sprained knee, sprained MCL. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. And so basically the Nets are down to one superstar.
Did he
At
do
least
that in
on
the
a
game or in
on a regular
practice?
basis. It was during the game. It was just on it's just on a little tangle up, getting out in front of a ball, someone handling the ball, and it was just a little mix up, and his knee kind of buckled, and then like kind of went like the other direction. It didn't look like real bad, but you can tell it hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Durant will be out 4 to 6 weeks. The NBA's leading scorer and best player in my opinion. But Kyrie has already said he's not going to get vaccinated. He's made up his mind, and that's a stance, and that's his prerogative. That's his thing. But so as a result, though, they're now just down to James Harden and company on a regular basis. But and they got some nice players. I mean, it's not just those three, but that's a big loss. I mean, it's a big loss losing, to me, the best player in basketball.
I did hear that Harden's open to being traded.
Okay, I did not hear that, but
I heard it on them Twitters. I think.
You got to believe everything that comes out on.
Well, of course, it's on the internet.
Right? Who said it? Who said it though? Was it a credible source?
Yeah, I can't. I don't recall who said it. It was. I think it was on my Bleacher Report app. So if it made Bleacher Report, it's probably got some credibility.
Okay, it wasn't Joey Jeezy 6969 handle.
No, I think it was 6'8", 6'7".
Okay. Is that a slang thing, like a 6867, or just some numbers you came up with?
No, just some lazy numbers that I came up with that were
like let's just
get
switch
just a
this
couple
up
off
with the
from
next numbers.
Yeah.
Whatever works, right? But we're lagging today, or I'm lagging today. I'm not even tired, so I don't know what the issue is, but I've got my coffee and all that. I was like really up for this.
It's way too late for coffee, man. The heck?
It won't keep me up, man. It won't. It won't happen. Yeah, I'm dragging right now. I'm gonna take another sip.
That's a big ass sip.
Like I was stumbling through the rhino races stuff. I'm like, here I am. I'm holding this beautiful silver rhino ultra buckle. I'll hold it up again. And I'm like, here, and there people are like, "How do I get this super awesome buckle?" And I'm just like stuttering my way through it. But I at least plugged in visit rhinoraces.com. So it's like, okay, well, I got that part. So I don't know what this idiot's talking about, but I'm going to go. I can at least go check out rhinoraces.com and figure out what he's talking about, maybe. But anyway, we'll get back to hoops now. So the Suns have officially claimed the best record in the NBA as of Tuesday night with a 34-9 record. Warriors are coming in at 31-12. Now, it's worth noting Steph and Draymond have been out a couple of games. They both sat out one that I know of, and Clay has been rather rusty coming back. So it's taken him a while. Of course, he's been out for what feels like 2 years, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
But they're still doing okay, I think, at 31-12. But the Grizzlies the Grizzlies are the team that stands out to me, coming in right now, sitting at third in the West, 31-15. Ja Morant, he is something special to watch.
He's pretty good.
He's pretty good, all right.
He jumps out of the freaking stands, man. Like
Not like
jumps out of the stadium.
Not like Malice at the Palace, jumping into the stands or jumping out of them.
Yeah, I was saying he jumps out of the stadium, but he's got some hops. He gets up there, dude.
Yeah, not like Malice at the Palace.
And do you just like saying Malice at the Palace?
Yes, because it's good. Like there's a reason they came up with that saying, because it's catchy and it was pretty newsworthy.
Did anybody get a callus at the Malice at the Palace?
I mean, that chubby, or that he wasn't chubby, that straight up fat guy that tried to run our test on the court, he got one on the cheek.
Yeah.
Were you replaying that in your head, like as I said that?
Yeah.
I mean, that thing will always be funny. And then Ron Artest sang in the locker room after, like just looking over and like, think we're gonna get in trouble. That's terrific. That's Meta World Peace AF. Shout out Meta World Peace.
So he's still going by that?
I don't know, but I'm calling him that because it's a terrific name.
Yeah.
So and he had World Peace on the back of his Lakers jersey. And I think he was number 37 because that was how many weeks Thriller was number 1 on the Billboard charts.
No.
I'm pretty sure of that. Fact check it real quick.
No, I'm too tired for that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I would bet money on it. That's how certain I am about it. So we were talking about Ja Morant and then jumped to Malice at the Palace and Meta World Peace. So we're starting to find our groove.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're starting to be back to ourselves. The Bulls are sitting at first in the East still, although they've gotten routed by the top teams in the West. Like I watched that game. I watched them play the Nets last week, and might have been over the weekend or so, but I can't remember what day it was. But yeah, it was a good game until they got to like third quarter, and like Zach LaVine is becoming he's becoming a pretty good all around player. He's not just the highlight dunk guy anymore. But yeah, it's like he blinked, and in the fourth quarter, the Nets were up 40 on him. So they haven't showed up against the top teams in the West, but sitting pretty in the East right now in the top spot. The Heat aren't far behind them. The Nets are third, I believe. Yeah, the Nets are third. Just a half a game back. But okay, I just called the Nets one of the top teams in the West. But they're in the East, so yeah, Brooklyn's on the eastern side, so that would make more sense. But either way, y'all didn't notice, right? But
no, I did.
Yeah. The Bucks are fifth. The Bucks are sitting at fifth, and Cleveland is in front of them. That's been yeah, exactly. That's been the surprise team. And Kevin Love comes off the bench, so
Oh yeah, he's still there.
he's still there.
Wow.
He comes off the bench and contributes. Like he does some good things every now and then. But I have not watched a single game of theirs, but I know
No,
that they have a winning record, and that's a little bit surprising considering LeBron's not there and their history without him. So back to Ja Morant. I mean, he's the next big star, right?
yeah. I don't know much about basketball, but that dude is all over anything that I see regarding the NBA. It's
He's
every
a
couple of days he's making some phenomenal play.
Yeah,
Like,
that's him. And yeah, he does something like it's like Kyrie Irving who does some things which you don't see anymore because he's not on the court a lot of times. But I mean, he does something every game that wows you.
yep.
And Ja Morant's doing that, but in a more explosive way. So it's fun to see. And how are the Lakers doing? They are sitting at an even 500, 22 and 22. Currently seventh in the West, though. But I was a little looking it up today. I was a little surprised to see LeBron. He's got almost 20. He's averaging almost 29, 28.8 points per game, just point 0.5 off from Durant, which,
Pretty good.
him, well, and yeah, and
Pretty,
Durant will be out
pretty.
for a while. But I mean, that's the thing. Like, why is it that LeBron is? I mean, he's going to be the best player on any team he goes to. But why does it always have to be just LeBron? Seemingly anywhere he goes, like
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
Kyrie stepped up in the finals that year, and the year they won it. I mean, hit the shot that won
Hit
it.
the shot. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's also hurt. He was also hurt like half the time. It seemed like a lot of times it was LeBron. It was just LeBron in the finals. But like he goes to Miami, and like I thought that was going to be like the Warriors became.
Yeah.
I thought that Heat team would be like the Warriors, just dominant and all three just contributing like that. And they just obviously different players, but Bosch being the Draymond and you know LeBron and D Wade being Steph and Clay, and it just didn't pan out that way. They didn't play. They really didn't play well together. It was just all right, LeBron, this is your team now, and we'll be really, really good role players. And it's just weird. Everywhere LeBron goes, it just kind of feels like that. Now, the year they won it, during the COVID season with the Lakers, AD stepped up, but he's not looked the same since. And a lot of that's injuries, but it's just and the Westbrook experiment obviously isn't working. But I don't know why anybody would just could have thought that would. But jump in, tell us
Somebody
your
did.
thoughts on it, Brad.
Somebody thought it was a good idea. They wouldn't have signed him. But yeah, it. I don't know what. I don't know what they were expecting signing Westbrook. It's he definitely wasn't gonna. I don't know. It's already you already got to feed to way too many mouths. Why are you gonna freaking invite a fat lady to the table? That dude ain't gonna pass the damn ball. I mean, he's just gonna dribble, 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 and shoot.
A really skinny competitive eater, however you want to look at it.
Well, yeah, sure.
I kind of like that comparison a little better. But you know, but but yeah, I don't know. We can go back to the the Barstool tweet about Russell Westbrook, mopping the floor. Oh, Finally contributing to the Lakers. But they're really trying to make it work. Like LeBron's trying to make it work, but it's just not. And but I don't know what they're gonna do. Like they're trying to find something in Malik Monk, and Monk's a nice player, but I never thought he was as good as everybody else thought he was. And I think you're kind of seeing if he was that player that they think he can be, then they would be better than what they are right now. But I okay. The one statistic I just stumbled across when looking up statistics today. I just came across the NBA. I just saw the defensive leaders on the ESPN.com page, and like the NBA rebound leaders. This is them in order. None of which are American, so just shows how much the game has gone global, which is pretty cool. It's like it's become like soccer, in a sense that everybody is playing it now. But you got Rudy Gobert from France, Nikola Jokic, who's the reigning MVP. Where's he from? Serbia, I believe. Jokic from Serbia, I believe.
Be a good guess.
Now, the one that you would think would be, from the States, Clint Capella, just because his name is Clint. But no, he's from Switzerland. How many Clints do you know?
Work with one. My uncle's one. And
I knew two.
yeah, one. I used to have one as a neighbor, so 3.
I knew 2 of them.
That's like
I
a
know
lifetime.
of some. Yeah, I know of some. Like there's Clint Sterner, but you think of what it is. You think it's I mean they're all white. They're all white, aren't they? You have to think about it. You don't know. I'm talking about the Clints that you know,
Oh yes,
not the people on the list.
yes.
No. Clint Capella is black, but
I was about to be like, what the hell?
you were like
put the
really
list
thinking
together.
about it.
I was like, no, that's not right.
It was like you were really thinking about it. I was like, I mean, do you know these Clints? But
Oh yeah,
yeah, you
I'll
think
brain
that,
for it. It's
but no, you've got this you got this really tall center from Switzerland who's Clint Capella, but he's a nice player. But and then the other one, the
does he have a
number
brother
4,
Al?
huh?
Does he have a brother Al?
I don't get it.
Get out of here.
Oh, Capella. Okay, all right.
Get out
Okay,
of
not
here.
bad. I didn't. I was like, what are you talking about? But okay, say this next name. Give it a shot.
Jonas
That's how we should have started this.
Valanciunas.
That's not it's not bad. I believe it's Jonas Valanciunas,
Gesundheit.
Lithuanian. Now I cannot pronounce the last name of number 5 on the list. I know well no, I can't pronounce his first name. I can pronounce the last name because I believe his dad is a Hall of Fame because I remember him playing if it's the same guy. Uh,
So
yeah, his dad's a Hall of Fame center. Played for the Blazers back in the
So do you
Jordan
know
era.
how to pronounce it, or you don't? No, I'm just gonna take
I
a
know
stab.
I know how to
I'm not gonna
pronounce the
take a
last
sharp
name.
it.
Take a shot at the first name.
The
And last.
Mantis. Sabini.
Savini. Sabonis is the last name because I believe his dad is Arvidas Sabonis.
Well, that's exactly how it looks.
Yeah,
I thought it was
you were
gonna be
thinking it was
tricky.
going to be something weird.
And how you pronounce his first name?
I have no idea. It's Clint. That's the thing. Clint and Rudy, those are pretty easy.
Jonas.
Yeah, see, it would be if it was like American. You said Jonas, but no, like Jokic, Jonas.
Oh, Gobert.
Gobbert, Rudy Gobbert. If he played in the South, in the Southeastern Conference, or in some clunker high school,
Gober, he go get that ball, don't he?
Rudy Gobbert on the basket. Oh, that's 4 fouls on Rudy Gobbert.
Oh man.
It's been an interesting show. I still haven't tried the first name. I'll just say Demantis. Is that what you said?
Yeah. It's probably Dominus.
Demantis. Domanta. No, that just,
there we go.
That's not Lithuanian. That's not a Lithuanian way of saying things, I would think.
Wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know either. But I don't know. But between that, I'm still thinking that's foul number 4 on Rudy Gobbert. I'm picturing I'm picturing just the announcer and just looking at it and like giving it a go.
Yeah, as he's pouring his third glass of whiskey. Gobbert.
Well, it's like the guy when I played football that was call me my dad, like when I made the tackle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Brian Powell on the tackle. My dad would be up in the stands like, hey. I'm trying to think of another. And at center, senior Rudy Gobbert.
Attaboy, Rudy.
They give him the nickname Gobby or something like that.
Probably some stupid shit like Gobstopper. Here comes old Gobstopper.
Oh, no, yeah, that wouldn't have been
Gobstopper,
bad,
the showstopper.
and he's like, it's Gobert, but in his French accent.
It's a Gobert.
Whatever you say, Gobbert, I can't understand you, buh.
Gobbert, you're mispronouncing your own name.
Ain't how you say it. That ain't how it's spelled.
You need to go talk to our English teacher down the hall.
Dang. But missed the cough button again. There you go, ladies and gents. A little remix, cough remix. But while we bring this up, it was cool to see that just on the NBA stat line. It just shows how global the game has gotten. It had trended in that direction when we were younger, but it was only like a couple of countries, that were just really standing out. Lithuania was one of them. Serbia, that which involves these players here, but it's just, I don't know. It's cool to see that in the last 3 MVPs of the league, 2 of which were Giannis, 19 and 2020 being from Greece, and then Jokic being from Serbia, I believe, but averaging 26, 10, and 8 last year. Okay, I've got it right here from Serbia. I knew I saw that somewhere. But anyway, just a little touch up. But all right, we will, since we're just killing it tonight in more ways than one, we might get canceled after this show.
Nah.
It's not our best.
Sponsors ain't pulling their money.
It's not this isn't our best outing, but we're here. Like we're playing through it.
Making that quality content.
Yeah. But okay, we will end with since I was 6 for 6.
Okay.
Last week's playoff predictions.
Thinking we'll go 4 for 4?
We'll see how we do this week. Is that how many there are this week? 4?
Yeah, 4 games this week. All right, we'll go through them. All right, first up, we will have the Bengals at the Titans. Who you got in that one?
At the Titans.
Currently, the Titans, they opened up at a 3.5 point favorite.
I'm going to go with Tennessee. I think Joe Burrow is going to win multiple Super Bowls. in Cincinnati, assuming he stays healthy and Chase and crew stay healthy. I think Joe Burrow is going to win multiple Super Bowls before his career is done, but it won't be now. Yeah, they're just not there yet. Tennessee is. I don't know how much Derrick Henry's going to play. I don't know how much he
I was gonna
needs to
say,
play,
yeah.
but I think they can. I think they can figure it out, even if he's in a limited role. I'm going Tennessee.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. It's just hard to go against the Titans
What?
right now, especially if they get freaking Henry back.
Yeah. What were your like? How did you do picks wise? Because
Last
didn't you?
week,
Yeah, because didn't you pick like Dallas or somebody?
no.
Oh, were you 6 for 6 too?
Yeah, I said it wouldn't surprise me if Dallas did it, but they're not going to do it. And I said, prove
Okay.
me wrong,
Why didn't you celebrate yourself?
because they were easy, and I didn't put any money on it.
Well, you still could have gotten a cheer button.
That's true. If
Had you
only I
set
would have put like a $20 parlay on 6 games, that would have been a lot better celebration.
Yeah,
But
true that.
next
But
year, next year.
but you didn't. All right. You're going Tennessee also, right?
Yeah, I would put my money on Tennessee for that one.
All right, it's Tennessee. Who's up next?
Next one should be a good one. 49ers at the Packers.
I'm taking Green Bay. I do think that'll be a because it's in Green Bay, so that'll play to Green Bay's favor. Although, I mean, San Francisco, they're not used to that kind of weather, but the way they play, it's not a traditional like West Coast offense type of thing. As long as you got Debo Samuel and get him the ball, you got a chance.
Yep.
He may be the best player in football right now, or at least, I mean, he's in the conversation. That dude is just an absolute animal and so fun to watch. I'm a big fan of Debo Samuel. Um, Jimmy G's Jimmy G. He's what he is. There's a reason they took Trey Lance, in the draft. He'll do some good things, but then he'll mess up the little things, like not letting
Like
his
throw a pick.
linemen, yeah, or not letting his linemen get set, before trying to sneak it, which would have iced the game against Dallas. That's like stuff you learn in high school. So I'm going Green Bay just because I think they're the better team, but there's a few reasons why. You also going Green Bay?
Oh, yeah, I'm going Green Bay.
All right, Green Bay, Tennessee. There's one in particular I'm really thinking about.
Okay. So then we have the Rams at the Bucks.
Okay, there's two in particular I'm really thinking about because I was thinking about this one. I was thinking about this one today at work. I was just walking around doing my thing, just on the floor, and just thinking, not sure about this one. It's at Tampa Bay, right?
At Tampa.
Okay. Ooh. At Tampa. I'm so hesitant to do it. I'm so hesitant to do it. I'm gonna pick the Rams.
Do it. Yeah, do it.
I'm gonna pick the Rams. They gave them problems in the first meeting with Aaron Donald and Von Miller. I
They
mean,
didn't. Did they play him last time with Vaughn? Was Vaughn on the team whenever they played?
I don't remember, but
It's almost unfair, man.
no, I mean, all you need is Aaron Donald anyway. But I mean, it's when Brady goes out of the playoffs, who's it against? It's against teams that affect him. With a pass rush. The two he lost to the Giants. He was it was the pass rush that got him beat. Um, and the Foles thing was just a shootout, and which you you may get with this team, but because the Rams can score points too. I'm hesitant to do. It'd be like picking against Mayweather, in a boxing match.
Yeah.
Like you just know it's not smart to pick against the greatest of all time. But I'm gonna do it. I think it's because the Bucks just aren't healthy. I mean, they're not at full strength.
Yeah, that's the biggest knock I've got against them, man. They've lost quite a few members of that team.
They're just not they're not at full strength. Rams have a lot of weapons offensively and defensively. The pass rush is what is that's the deciding factor to me. I'm going Rams over the Bucks.
I'll go with the Bucks. I'll go with Mr. Goat.
I feel like it would be bad if we both picked against Tom Brady. Like that just wouldn't be smart. We would get canceled for that.
Yeah.
But I've been thinking about it all day. Like
As
it's been in the back of my mind. I'm hesitant to do it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm
as
picking the
sharp
Rams.
as sharp as Brady's look, as sharp as he looked last week. I mean, until they took the foot off the pedal.
He's
I mean,
laser focused, man. He is laser.
it's hard
He's
for me to
always
go
laser
against him.
focused, but it's always like turned up. Like he finds another notch, for the playoffs. He finds the notch beyond max for the playoffs.
Hmm.
So, but I'm gonna do it. You still can't stop Aaron
Do it.
Donald. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going Rams over the
It
Bucks.
won't surprise me if that happens, but I've gotta go with the Bucks. Then of
This
course
next one gave me some trouble too, though. Honestly,
the last one, the Bills at the Chiefs.
okay, so they're at Kansas City.
They're at Kansas City. Uh, Chiefs are only a 1.5 favorite, which the biggest spread of the weekend is the Packers 49ers game, which is 6 points. But Bucks are only 3-point favorite. But yeah, Chiefs are only a 1.5 point favorite. And it's at Kansas City. Man,
Buffalo looked
it's
really good this
Buffalo
past
looked really
weekend.
good, but I mean, who wins if Buffalo comes out and plays like they did last week, and Mahomes comes out and throws for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns? And who
In
do
the
you give
first
the
quarter.
advantage to? I mean,
um, I'm going to go Kansas City. It's Patrick Mahomes. Was that
uh,
not was that not the coolest like touchdown pass he threw? I mean, it's very Patrick Mahomes. He faked to the wide out on the edge, and then just moves a little bit right, and then just does the underhand 5 yard toss to
he had
the.
two of those underarm or
It's just
underhand
such a
passes for
cool play,
touchdowns.
man, and it's like only something like he can do. Or at least as well as he does it. It's just so natural and smooth.
Mm,
Uh, I really like Buffalo. I'm a huge Josh Allen fan, but
I'm going with the Bills.
okay, yeah, I'm going Kansas City.
I
Um,
just, yeah, Kansas City hasn't looked as sharp as I thought they would. Well, throughout just that mid portion of the season, but I don't know, man.
well,
They've been
early
playing,
in the season.
yeah, they've been playing pretty hot here lately. And I don't know. I just think the Bills are going to get them.
I mean, you could be right. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills came out on top, but
It should be
I
a
like
should be
Kansas
a fun
City.
game. I hope that's a score fest. It's the highest total out
That's the
there.
one that really stood out to me as far as going to be entertaining. Like when I saw that matchup, I was like, "Oh, that's going to be good." I got to look forward to seeing that one.
Hmm.
Are they Saturday and Sunday games?
Yes. Titans, Bengals, Packers, Niners are on Saturday.
Okay, and then Bucks, Rams, Bills, Chiefs on Sunday.
Yep, yep.
So the two are really, I'm like really intrigued by are on Sunday. So right on. So yeah, Titans. I got the Titans. I got the Rams. I got the Chiefs. And what am I missing?
Man, so
Titans, Rams, Chiefs. What's the other one?
huh?
What's the other one
Packers.
I picked? Packers. Yeah, there we go. All right, Titans, Packers, Rams, Chiefs. You got Titans, Packers, Bucks, Bills.
Yep.
All right. Well, there you go. We'll see how we did this time next week. But I don't know. It was an interesting episode. Lucky number 13 for us.
13, yeah. We just wanted to get it out of the way.
Apparently, this was not my A game, but we're still here. We're still bringing you content, and if anything, get a laugh out of it.
And we even got you sound effects this time. So
I know, right? So
I mean, what more do you want? Visuals?
I'll say,
Don't get ahead of ourselves.
Here's the episode 13, and hopefully after we won't. Wow, I thought the gunshot one would be way cooler.
Yeah, no, you gotta think the way that soundboard's
that was the
set up.
That was the
Yeah,
din one.
They have them labeled weird on that one, so.
Well, that's like.
I didn't hear anything. I just heard it like loading up.
That was like a Tommy gun.
Oh yeah, you can barely hear it. You have to crank the volume up on that one. But
I guess so.
We'll get it figured out for next week.
Maybe we'll see.
Maybe
it can't be any worse. 14 can't be any worse than 13 was. I guess it is an unlucky number, but we still got through it. So.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even finish my coffee.
Dude, it's after 10 o'clock. You're drinking coffee.
It's almost done, so it's all good. But all right, we'll quit wasting your time, ladies and gentlemen. Until next time.
Thanks for tuning in.
Yep, Shoe Booty Sports.